Hollering like she's auditioning for a soap opera, Karen terrorizes Pinewood Grove, finding Ethan's cactus for crimes against suburbia. Armed with a clipboard and a drone, she's the HOA sheriff of Canny until Ethan, her renter, flips the script. He owns her mortgage. Watch Karen's epic meltdown, from spying on BBQs to renting out her own McMansion in a side-splitting showdown. Grab some popcorn and join the laugh ride as Ethan turns Pinewood into a no-clipboard zone. Pinewood Grove, a slice of suburban paradise just outside San Diego, where the lawns are greener than a lime smoothie and the houses scream, "I made it." I'm Ethan, 32, a real estate investor who just cashed out a fat portfolio and bought a sleek two-story in this postcard-perfect neighborhood. My plan? Kick back, sip some iced coffee, and live the quiet life. But Pinewood had other ideas. Or rather, one woman did. Her name? Karen. Yeah, that Karen, the HOA president, who runs this place like it's her personal kingdom. With her blonde bob, oversized sunglasses perched like a crown, and a clipboard glued to her hand, she's the kind of person who'd fine you for breathing too loudly. Day one, I'm unloading boxes, feeling like I've cracked the American dream, when Karen struts up, her heels clicking like a countdown to chaos. "Welcome to Pinewood," she says, voice dripping with fake honey. "But that cactus in your front yard? It's non-compliant. And your porch light? Blinding. Fix it or you're fined." I blink, thinking she's joking. No. She slaps a violation notice on my door like it's a parking ticket. Before I can even process this suburban ambush, Karen's already scribbling on her clipboard, muttering about maintaining Pinewood's aesthetic integrity. I try to introduce myself. Ethan, new homeowner, paid in cash, not exactly a drifter. But she cuts me off. "Pinewood doesn't roll out the red carpet for renters," she snaps, eyeing me like I'm smuggling contraband in my moving boxes. "Renters? I own this place outright, deed and all." But Karen's too busy playing neighborhood dictator to care. Then, mid-rant, she fumbles her latte, splashing it all over her pristine white blouse. Does she stop? Nope. She just keeps lecturing, coffee dripping like her authority's melting. I bite back a laugh, but inside I'm thinking, "Lady, you've got no idea who you're messing with. I'm not just some guy with a cactus. I've got plans, and they don't involve bowing to your clipboard tyranny." The next morning, I'm sipping coffee, still unpacking, when I spot that violation notice again. It's not just the cactus or the light. There's a line in fine print that hits like a plot twist. Pinewood Grove prohibits non-owner occupants. Non-owner? I double-checked my paperwork, and yeah, I'm the proud owner of 127 Maple Lane. Karen's got her wires crossed, but something tells me this isn't a simple mix-up. She's got a vendetta, and I'm her new target. I lean back, staring at the notice, and a smirk creeps up. See, Karen doesn't know I didn't just buy this house. I picked up a few properties in Pinewood through a discreet LLC, including one that might make her rethink her little power trip. But I'm not spilling that tea yet. Let her think she's got me cornered. Karen's not just a nuisance. She's a one-woman wrecking crew for anyone who dares disrupt her vision of Pinewood perfection. I overhear a neighbor, some guy watering his roses, whisper that Karen's been HOA queen for a decade, ruling with an iron fist and a flair for petty fines. "She once fined me for a mailbox flag that was too patriotic," he grumbles. I nod, but my mind's elsewhere, piecing together the game Karen's playing. She thinks I'm a renter, a nobody she can bully out of her turf. What she doesn't know is I'm holding cards she can't even dream of. I crumple her violation notice and toss it in the trash. This isn't just about a cactus or a porch light. This is war, and Karen's about to learn I don't play by her rules. By noon, I'm on the phone with my lawyer, digging into Pinewood's HOA bylaws. Karen's notices are starting to feel like a shakedown, and I'm not here for it. As I hang up, I glance out the window and see her across the street, clipboard in hand, glaring at my house like it personally offended her. I wave, all smiles, and she storms off. I've got a secret that's bigger than her ego, and when it drops, Pinewood's going to feel the shock waves. Karen thinks she's got me pinned. She's about to find out I'm not just in the game, I'm rewriting the board. So I thought Karen's latte-soaked violation notice was her grand finale. Boy, was I wrong. Within 48 hours, my mailbox is stuffed with 3 more of her handwritten masterpieces. First, my trash can is apparently exposed by 2 inches, like it's flashing the neighbors. Second, My patio chair shade of blue is incompatible with Pinewood's vibe. And third, the kicker, I'm Ethan, homeowner, cash buyer, not some guy couch surfing Pinewood Grove. But Karen's on a mission, and it's not just about my cactus anymore. Every morning, I catch her sneaking around my yard, snapping pics with her phone like she's auditioning for Neighborhood Spy. I'm half expecting her to show up with a trench coat and binoculars. Stick around, because Karen's about to turn this suburban standoff into a full-blown circus. One sunny Tuesday, I'm watering my plants when I spot Karen in action. She's crouched in front of my lawn, measuring the grass with a ruler, whispering to her poodle Muffin, "This grass is ruining Pinewood's value, isn't it, buddy?" I can't help but laugh. I mean, who measures grass like it's a federal crime? I stroll over, all casual, and say, "Morning, Karen. Lawn inspection day." She jumps, nearly dropping her ruler, and snaps, "If you've got nothing to hide, you wouldn't mind me checking." I shrug, but inside I'm thinking, "Lady, you're poking a bear with a stick." Then, as she tries to get a sneaky pic of my offensive grass, her phone slips off, right into my cactus pot. She shrieks like I planned it. "Oh, this is getting good." Karen's not just playing long cop. She's got a whole fan club of one. Herself. I bump into Lisa, my neighbor with the killer rose garden, while grabbing coffee. She's all smiles, but drops a bombshell. Karen's been HOA boss for 10 years. Loves picking on newbies to flex her power. Apparently, Karen once fined Lisa for a birdhouse that was too rustic. Too rustic. And I'm starting to see the pattern. Karen's not protecting Pinewood. She's protecting her ego. Lisa leans in, whispering, "Watch out, she's got a vendetta against renters like you." I grin and say, "Lisa, I'm no renter." She winks, like she knows I'm cooking something up, and trust me, I am. Karen's about to find out her clipboard's no match for what I've got in my back pocket. By Thursday, Karen's antics are next level. I wake up to find her lurking near my driveway, snapping more pics. I wave, all friendly, and she scurries off, Muffin yapping like her backup singer. But it's not just the photo ops. She's blasting emails to the whole neighborhood, warning about suspicious non-owners, dragging down property values. My BBQ last weekend? Apparently, it was a public disturbance. I had 5 friends over and grilled burgers. I'm laughing, but also taking notes. Every email, every notice, every ruler-wielding stunt. She's building a case, and I'm building a better one. If you think Karen's got the upper hand, just wait. She's got no clue I'm holding a trump card that'll flip her little empire upside down. That night, I'm digging through my files, and there it is, the paperwork for my LLC's properties in Pinewood. Not just my house, but a few others, including one that hits like a plot twist in a thriller. See, I bought a second mortgage on a certain someone's McMansion from a private bank tied to a defaulted loan from her ex. Guess who's been paying it through my company without a clue? Yep, Karen. I lean back, grinning like I just won the lottery. She thinks she's got me on the ropes, slapping fines for my renter vipes. But I'm not just playing her game. I'm rewriting the rules. Karen wants a fight? Fine. I'm Ethan, and I'm about to show her what happens when you mess with the wrong homeowner. After Karen's lawn measuring, phone dropping antics, I figure it's time to clear the air. So I show up to the Pinewood Grove HOA meeting, ready to set the record straight about my homeowner status. The community center's packed with neighbors, a table of donuts, and Karen standing like a general with her clipboard. She's got a whiteboard with "Protecting Pinewood's Value" scrawled across it, and surprise, a slide with a blurry photo of my house captioned "Threats from Outside." I raise my hand to speak, but Karen shuts me down. "This meeting's for owners only," she says, smirking like she's just won a chess match. I try to explain I own 127 Maple Lane, but she's already flipping to her next slide. This is going to be a long night. Karen's in full dictator mode, pacing and waving her laser pointer like it's a magic wand. "Pinewood needs standards," she declares, while projecting a list of my crimes: cactus, porch light, trash can. I'm half impressed she hasn't fined me for breathing yet. Then, mid-rant, a loud snore cuts through. It's Bob, a board member, dozing in the back, his head bobbing like a bobblehead. The room giggles and Karen shoots him a death glare. Bob jolts awake, knocking over his water glass, which splashes her notes. "Bob," she snaps, but he just mumbles, "Sorry, thought it was nap time." I'm dying inside, but Karen's not amused. She points at me and says, "You, renter, out." "Oh, Karen, you're making this too easy." I stand up all calm and say, Karen, I'm a homeowner. Check the records. She scoffs. I don't need records to know your type. My type. I'm tempted to ask if it's the pays in cash type, but I hold back. The room's buzzing now, neighbors whispering, some looking confused. I spot Lisa, my rose garden pal, giving me a thumbs up from the corner. Karen's brought 3 of her buddies, and Bob, who's here for the free donuts, nods along like trained puppets. I'm outnumbered, but I'm not outplayed. Karen thinks she's got me cornered, but she doesn't know I hit record on my phone the second I walked in. This meeting's about to be my secret weapon. As Karen drones on about community integrity, I'm mentally cataloging her every word. She calls herself Pinewood's gatekeeper, which is cute, considering her gatekeeping includes fining Lisa for a rustic birdhouse. I'm starting to see her game, scare off anyone who doesn't kiss her clipboard. But I'm not here to play nice. I head for the door, per her orders, but not before leaning in and saying, Karen, you'll regret calling me a renter. She laughs, all smug, thinking she's won. Big mistake. I'm already building a file, her emails, notices, that ridiculous slideshow. If you think Karen's got the upper hand, just wait. She's about to trip over her own ego. Outside, I'm grinning like a kid who just swapped the last donut. Karen's running her little HOA empire, but I'm playing a bigger game. That recording, it's gold. Catch it every time she dodged my proof and called me renter like it's a curse. I'm not just some guy she can bully out of Pinewood. I've got deeds, a lawyer, and a secret that'll make her clipboard tremble. Karen thinks this meeting was her victory lap. Nope, it's the start of her downfall. I'm Ethan, and I'm not here to lose. Stick around, because this suburban showdown's about to get wild, and I'm just warming up. Karen's HOA meeting stunt had me chuckling, but she's not done turning Pinewood Grove into her personal reality show. By Monday, I notice a shiny new camera bolted to a streetlight across from my house at 127 Maple Lane. Karen sends a neighborhood email claiming it's for security. Security? The only crime here is my cactus. Then she ups the ante, blasting another email accusing my last BBQ of 6 burgers and a playlist of undermining Pinewood's property value. I'm Ethan, not a frat party planner. I catch her snooping again, this time with Muffin, her poodle, yapping like my mailbox is a national threat. I wave, all smiles, but inside I'm thinking, Karen, you're not just poking the bear, you're inviting it to dinner. Stick around, because this suburban soap opera is about to hit a whole new level of crazy. 2 days later, I'm grilling in my backyard when I hear a buzzing sound. Not bees, a drone, hovering over my fence, zooming in on my bedroom window. Karen's gone full CIA. I grab my garden hose, aim, and splat! Down goes her spy toy into my rose bushes. Karen storms over, Muffin tucked under her arm, screeching, "That's HOA property." I shrug and say, "Look like a UFO to me." She's so mad she calls the cops, claiming I vandalized security equipment. 2 officers show up, watch the drone's footage, and one says, "Ma'am, you're filming his bedroom. That's not security, that's creepy." Karen's face turns tomato red and she stammers, "It's for standards." The cops leave, shaking their heads, and I'm trying not to laugh as Muffin barks at a squirrel. "Oh, Karen, you're digging a hole and I've got the shovel." You'd think a police warning would slow Karen down, but no, she's got the energy of a caffeinated toddler. By Friday, my mailbox is stuffed with flyers featuring a grainy photo of me labeled warning, suspicious renter. Suspicious? I paid cash for this house. The flyers hit the Pinewood Facebook group, and Lisa, my rose garden buddy, turns them into gold. She posts one with a caption, "Karen's out here hunting aliens in Ethan's trash cans." The group explodes with memes. My favorite's a Photoshop of Karen chasing a UFO with her clipboard. Neighbors are eating it up, but Karen's not laughing. She doubles down, emailing everyone to report suspicious activity. Aka me breathing. I'm collecting every flyer, every email, because this isn't just petty, it's a gold mine. Karen's building a case, but I'm building a better one. While Karen's playing suburban Sherlock, I'm chilling with a coffee, scrolling through my phone, when Lisa texts me, "Check your mail. Karen's lost it." I found a letter from Pinewood HOA legal counsel, like a Karen's cousin's friend who passed the bar last month. It demands I provide a lease agreement or face legal action for being an unauthorized occupant. I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my coffee. A lease? I own this place. and then some. Karen thinks she's got me backed into a corner, but she's about to trip over her own trap. I'm not just sitting on a deed. I've got a secret that'll make her clipboard look like a kid's toy. If you think Karen's winning this round, just wait. She's about to learn what happens when you swing at the wrong guy. I lean back, staring at that ridiculous letter, and my grin gets wider. See, Karen's not just fighting Ethan, the renter. She's fighting Ethan, the guy who quietly bought up a few Pinewood properties through an LLC, including the second mortgage on her fancy McMansion. She's been paying it through my company, clueless as a tourist in a timeshare scam. Her legal action threat, it's like a mouse challenging a lion to a duel. I tuck the letter into my growing file of Karen's greatest hits, emails, flyers, that HOA meeting recording. She wants paperwork? I've got a bombshell that'll shake Pinewood to its perfectly manicured core. Karen's out here thinking she's the queen of this neighborhood, but I'm about to rewrite the rules of her game. Stay tuned. This is about to get epic. Karen's fake lawyer letter was cute, but I'm done playing defense. So I roll up to the emergency HOA meeting at Pinewood Grove's Community Center, ready to drop a bomb. Karen's in her element, clipboard in hand, standing before a projector screen that screams, "Crisis, illegal occupant." She points at me, Ethan, and declares, "This renter squatting at 127 Maple Lane." The room gasps like we're in a soap opera. I stand up all cool and say, "Karen, I'm no renter. I own my house." She scoffs. "Prove it." So I slide a folder across the table. My deed's clear as day. But that's just the appetizer. I lean in and add, "Oh, and I also own the second mortgage on your house, Karen." The room goes silent. You won't believe what happens next. Karen's jaw drops so fast it nearly hits her clipboard. "Fraud!" she shrieks, waving her arms like she's swatting bees. "You can't own my house." I calmly pull out my LLC contract, showing I bought her second mortgage from a private bank after her ex-husband's loan went belly up. She has been paying my company for months, clueless. Lisa, my rose garden neighbor, leans over and whispers, "She looks like someone dumped late on her again." The board's in chaos. Bob, the donut guy, fumbles his pastry and it rolls under the table. Karen's face is a mix of shock and fury, like her poodle Muffin just ate her favorite sunglasses. I'm trying not to grin, but man, this feels good. Karen's been swinging at me for weeks, and I just landed the first real punch. Stick around. This is about to get wilder. Karen's not going down without a fight, though. She scrambles to her laptop, yelling, "I've got proof LLCs are a threat to Pinewood." She clicks to her next slide, but oops, instead of evidence, it's a giant photo of Muffin in a tiny HOA vest. The room bursts into laughter, and Bob chokes on his coffee. "Nice evidence, Karen," someone yells. She's fumbling with the projector, muttering about technical issues while Lisa snaps a pic for the Pinewood Facebook group. I'm just sitting there sipping water, letting her dig her own grave. Karen thinks she's still in control, but she's got no idea what's coming. I'm not just holding her mortgage. I've got a move that'll shake this whole neighborhood. And trust me, it's not just about paperwork anymore. Something big's brewing. And it happens the moment nobody saw coming. Karen's not just losing face, she's losing ground. I clear my throat and say, "By the way, Karen, I filed a complaint with the state HOA board last week. They're looking into your spending. Like that drone and those security cameras." Her eyes go wide, like she just saw Muffin chew her favorite heels. The neighbors start whispering, and Lisa gives me a sly high five under the table. Karen tries to recover, stammering, "That's routine maintenance," but the board's not buying it. Bob, finally awake, mutters, "Wait, we paid for a drone?" I'm collecting every stunned look, every murmur, because this is just the start. Karen's empire's wobbling, and I'm about to give it a nudge. You think she's down? Oh, we're nowhere near the finish line. I walk out of that meeting with a grin I can't hide. Karen's still yelling about standards as I hit the parking lot, but it's all noise now. She thought she could bully me out of Pinewood with her flyers and fake lawyer threats. Big mistake. I've got her mortgage, a stack of evidence, and a state investigation on the way. Karen thinks I'm just a guy with a cactus and a Porsche lot. Nope. I'm Ethan, and I'm playing chess while she's stuck on checkers. Q's got no clue the real game's just begun, and I'm holding all the pieces. If you think this HOA showdown's peaked, hold tight, Karen's about to learn what happens when you mess with the wrong homeowner. Stay tuned because this is going to be epic. Karen's empire took a hit when I dropped the mortgage bombshell, but I figured she'd slink off quietly. Nope. The state's HOA audit lands like a wrecking ball, and Pinewood Grove's about to see its queen crumble. The auditors dig through Karen's books, and yikes, she spent $5,000, 0 cents on security, that drone and creepy camera, and $2,000, 0 cents on board meetings that were just wine tastings at a fancy bistro. The board, including donut-loving Bob, votes to boot her as HOA president faster than you can say violation notice. Karen's out, and I'm Ethan, just chilling at 127 Maple Lane, watching your clipboard dreams crash. But Karen's not one to go down without a fight. If you think she's waving the white flag, hold up. This suburban saga's got one heck of a twist coming. Karen, now ex-president, decides to stage a comeback with her true Pinewood HOA at her house. I'm picturing a grand rally, but when I peek out my window, it's just Karen, Muffin her poodle, and a confused pizza delivery guy who thought it was a party. Karen's yelling, "Pinewood needs me," to an empty lawn, waving her clipboard like it's a battle flag. The pizza guy mutters, "I just need $14.99 and bolt." Lisa, my rose garden neighbor, texts me a blurry pic of the scene captioned, "Karen's Fan Club, Population 1. I'm cracking up, but it's almost sad. Almost. Karen's shouting into the void, and the neighbors, they're too busy liking Lisa's meme about Muffin for HOA president. This is peak Karen chaos, but trust me, she's got one more stumble up her sleeve. At the next HOA meeting, Karen's last as a board member, I can't resist a little fun. I hand her a gift, a shiny new clipboard engraved with "Retired President, Pinewood Grove." The room snickers as she grabs it, glares at me, and tosses it toward the trash only to trip over a chair. She lands with a thud, and Muffin, in her purse, yaps like it's an encore. Bob claps, thinking it's part of the show, and Lisa's laughing so hard she's wiping tears. Karen scrambles up, red-faced and muttering about respect. I'm just sipping my coffee thinking, Karen, you built this circus. The neighbors are done with her rules, and I'm done playing nice. But if you think this is the end of her reign, you're in for a shock. She's about to make one last epic mistake. Here's where it gets real. I'm not just fighting Karen for kicks. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, I got called temporary because we didn't fit the mold. Pinewood's my home now, and I'm not letting Karen turn it into a place where people feel like outsiders. That's why I'm collecting every email, every flyer, every recording of her nonsense. The audit's just a start. The state's sniffing around her shady spending, and I'm feeding them the receipt. Karen thought she could scare me out with her ruiner label, but she's the one running scared now. And then something wild happens. I get a ping from my LLC. Karen missed her latest mortgage payment to my company. Her McMansion? It's on shaky ground, and I'm holding the leash. This drama's far from over. I send Karen a polite notice of default, my lawyer's handwriting crisp as a fresh dollar bill. "Missed a payment, Karen? Let's talk," or "I decide if you stay in Pinewood." I can picture her reading it, Muffin barking, her coffee going cold. She wanted to kick me out, but now I'm the one with the keys to her future. Karen's not just out of the HOA, she's out of moves. I'm Ethan, and I've got her mortgage, her violations, and a neighborhood that's done with her clip. Think she's hit rock bottom? Not quite. Karen's got one final slip-up coming, and it's going to shake Pinewood like a California quake. Stay tuned, because this showdown's about to go from wild to downright legendary. Karen's missed mortgage payment and HOA ousting had Pinewood Grove buzzing, but I didn't expect her to hit rock bottom so fast. One sunny morning, I spot a for rent sign staked in her pristine lawn. Karen's McMansion, up for grabs. Turns out she can't keep up with my LLC's mortgage demands, so she's renting out her palace to stay afloat. And here's the kicker. I hooked up the new tenants, a sweet young couple, Jake and Mia, who Karen once fined for hanging Christmas lights too early. I'm Ethan, just sipping lemonade at 127 Maple Lane, watching this unfold like a blockbuster. Karen's about to eat her own rules, and I'm here for it. If you think she's out of surprises, stick around. Pinewood's got one last curveball for its former queen. The lease signing is pure comedy gold. Karen sits across from Jake and Mia, her face sourer than a lemon smoothie, clutching her coffee like it's her last lifeline. Jake, all grins, asks, So, Karen, any rules on grass height, like max inches? Mia chimes in, yeah, we don't want a violation for a welcome mat. Karen's eye twitches, but she scribbles her signature, muttering, just follow the lead. I'm not there. But Lisa texts me a play-by-play, complete with a selfie of Karen's grimace. The best part? The lease goes through my company's rental division. Yup, Karen's now my tenant. Technically. I'm trying not to laugh too hard, but man, this is sweeter than the donuts Bob's still munching at HOA meetings. Karen's world's flipping, and it's just getting started. Here's where it gets even better. A week later, my company's hotline gets a call. It's Karen, voice tight, reporting a malfunctioning porch light at her house. Too bright, she says. The same light she fined me for. I'm grinning as I dispatch a repair guy who tells me Karen stood there, arms crossed, while Muffin barked at his toolbox. Jake and Mia, meanwhile, are loving their new place, hanging those Christmas lights in July just for kicks. Elisa posts a pic on the Pinewood Facebook group. Caption, Karen's rules retired. The neighbors are eating it up, and I'm thinking, this is justice, served with a side of holiday cheer. But hold up, Karen's not done yet. She's got one last trick, and it's a doozy. Pinewood's feeling like a new place, and the community's ready to celebrate. We throw a massive BBQ at the park with burgers, music, and 0 violation notices. Neighbors swap Karen stories or finding Lisa's birdhouse, Bob's too patriotic mailbox flag. I'm flipping burgers when the crowd votes me as HOA advisor with a cheer for no clipboards, just fairness. I'm honored, but I'm keeping my eyes on Karen. She's been quiet, too quiet. Then Lisa whispers, check your email. She's nuts. I pull up my phone, and there it is, a lawsuit from Karen claiming I abused ownership rights with her mortgage. I laugh out loud. A lawsuit. Karen, you're swinging at a brick wall. If you think she's hit bottom, guess again. Pinewood's got one final surprise for her. I'm not sweating Karen's lawsuit. See, I've got an ace up my sleeve. That HOA meeting, recording from way back, where she bragged about tweaking rules to target renters like me. It's crystal clear, and my lawyer's already rubbing his hands. Karen thinks she can drag me to court and win back her crown. She's about to learn I don't just play defense. I rewrite the game. I'm Ethan, and Pinewood's my home, not her playground. Her for rent signs up, her tenants are my pals, and her lawsuit's a paper tiger. Think this drama's wrapped? Not quite. Karen's got one last swing coming, and I'm ready to catch it. Stay tuned, because this suburban showdown's about to hit its grand finale. Karen's lawsuit was her last swing, but it landed like a paper plane in a hurricane. The judge tossed it out faster than you can say, clipboard violation, thanks to my recording of her bragging about rigging HOA rules. Now, Pinewood Grove's a different place. Karen's gone quiet, sneaking out of dust to walk Muffin, her poodle, dodging neighbors like she's in witness protection. And Ethan, chilling at 127 Maple Lane, watching our neighborhood bloom into a friendly, fair community. No drones, no fines for too bright porch lights. The HOA's got new rules, and we're all about BBQs, not battles. But Karen's story isn't quite over yet. Stick around. This finale's got a few laughs and a whole lot of justice. Pinewood's new vibe is all thanks to the community stepping up. We voted in a new HOA board, led by Lisa, my rose garden buddy, who promises no measuring grass with rulers. At our latest meeting, we named a new park, Freedom Garden, complete with a sign, no clipboards allowed unless you're Ethan. The crowd roared when Karen accidentally wandered by during the ribbon cutting, Muffin yapping at a butterfly. She froze, then speed-walked away, tripping over a sprinkler. Bob, still munching donuts, yelled, "Nice form, Karen," and the neighbors lost it. I'm trying not to grin too hard, but seeing her dodge her own legacy, priceless. And trust me, there's one more twist that'll make you chuckle. Karen's not just a neighbor now. She's my tenant, paying rent through my LLC for her McMansion. Every month I get a check, sometimes with a grumpy note, porch light's too bright, fix it. The same light she fined me for. I frame the notes for laughs, and Jake and Mia, her renters, are loving their new home. They even threw a housewarming barbecue, inviting everyone but Karen, who watched from her window, Muffin barking at the fun. Elisa posted a pic of the party, captioned, "Pinewood's free." The Facebook group's still buzzing with Karen memes, but we're moving on. This neighborhood's not about her anymore. It's about us. And Karen, she's learned to live with it. Here's the thing about justice. It doesn't need a megaphone. It just takes patience, some paperwork, and a secret big enough to flip the game. I fought Karen not because I love drama, but because Pinewood's my home, and nobody should feel like an outsider here. From her violation notices to her drone fiasco, Karen thought she ruled this place. Now she's just a neighbor, paying rent and keeping her clipboard in the closet. I'm Ethan, and I proved you don't need to shout to win. You just need the right moves. Pinewood's thriving, and that's the real victory. Think this story's wrapped? It is, but the laughs keep coming. So what's your Karen story? Ever deal with a clipboard warrior or a nosy neighbor? Drop it in the comments. We're dying to hear. Pinewood's taught me that every neighborhood's got a tale, and I bet yours is wild. Hit that subscribe button for more stories of sweet, sweet justice, where the underdog flips the script and the Karens of the world learn their lesson. Thanks for riding along on this Pinewood adventure. It's been a blast. Now I'm off to grill some burgers. No violation notices required. See you in the next one.